Um, so since not everybody got to be part of the PJ training, I thought we would just bring that to life here. And so we're just going to pick one speaker. We're going to pick a good Midwestern gal, since a lot of you are from the Midwest. We're going to listen to Shelly Mackey today. Shelly Mackey is one of the fastest moving national marketing directors in our company. So we're going to listen to what she had to train on for the PJ Regional. And then we're going to go into, she has what she calls a wheel of success. She has created 8 national marketing directors under her in, I think, the last 7 years. And so her message is, there's a system, right? This is a franchise. And she's going to share her system, her wheel of success. So that'll be a separate little 10-minute video that we watch after her training, so that we can see, what is she doing? Why do they have 8 national marketing directors under her in the last 7 years? That's not luck. That's not coincidence. They're doing something, and we can all learn from that. And this is not to say that all of you have to be a national marketing director, but you always learn from people who are really doing that. It's just going to bring you confidence, so that when you run into somebody, you never know when you're going to sign up a teammate, and you don't know, they might want to do that, and doesn't mean you have to, but everybody still benefits. So I think there'll be a lot of little golden nuggets that you can get from this morning. So I'm glad that you guys were all here. Jake, did you want to pull up Shelly's training from PJ, or did you want me
I've got it right here. I don't have the other one. If you want
to
send that to me via Facebook Messenger, I can.
I can just pull it up on here. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good morning, Lori. I saw you just joined in, and I know you don't have a baby yet, but we're cheering that you're going to have a healthy baby this week.
Welcome. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's crazy. I am so excited to be with you guys today, and I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. So now we're in my family room, my kitchen and my family room, and I am Shelly Mackey. I'm a Presidential Marketing Director Plus from Bucyrus, Kansas, and I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for inviting me to the PJ Predominant Regional Group. But what if I'm here today because I want to talk to you about something that I just discovered recently, and that is, what if I told you that there is one word that describes this incredible success that my team has experienced for the last 7 years? I mean, it's insane what has gone on in my team in the last 7 years. So what if I told you that there's one word that I'm attributing all that to? It makes crazy, it sounds a little crazy, right? One word, because, a lot of people think it's my system that I use, the wheel of success, which I'm going to put in here later. But no, and not tools, but one word. And that is something that you've heard, that attitude is everything. And what just happened is attitude. Okay. So you can come out of it positively or negatively. So right now, in the world, everybody's labeling everybody, right? Like Gen Y, Gen X, Gen Z, baby boomers, millennials. I mean, there's something for everybody, right? And I don't think I fit in the category that they say that my birth date is. I'm almost 60 in a couple months. And I'm thinking, I don't fit in that age group. That isn't what motivates me. That's not how I am. And I don't like to be put in a box anyway. So I got to thinking about it, and I'm going to start a new group. You might want to join me if you don't like your group. And that's called Gen A, okay, for attitude. And that is, I want to bring positivity to the world. I want to make a difference in the world. If you've heard me speak before, you know that is my goal in life, is to make a difference, not only in my home, with my family, my husband, my children, future grandchildren, possibly, if they ever get married. I want to make a difference. I really want to impact people's lives. And I do not believe that God put us on this earth just to keep our talents to ourselves, right? Because he gave everyone. I don't care if you're tall, fat, short, white, black, whatever your skin color is, it doesn't matter. He gave us talents. He gave us attributes that we need to share with the world. We are gifts. We need to view ourselves as a gift. And that comes from your attitude about yourself even. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, okay? So right now, why don't you check your attitude? What's your attitude like right now? Are you in a really positive place? Are you slightly positive? Are you kind of in a negative place? I mean, I can see how people could be, right? We've had a really difficult last 12 months, right? 2020 and even into 2021 a little bit. And sometimes I feel guilty because I don't necessarily feel that way, okay? And I'm going to talk to you about that in a second too. But so what is your attitude right now? Are you feeling entitled? You know, some people, and I think Robin Sharma touched on this, that it's in our culture of the world of entitlement and me. What are we going to do for me, right? And I know that if you're listening, that is not you. I know that is not, because this community attracts giving, loving, caring people that want to do for others, right? That's how we became so successful, is doing for others. So something, and some of you, and sometimes, and it's because I know, because anything that I'm preaching to you or to my team, it's because I've been there, done that, bought that t-shirt myself. That's how we know, because most authors write books about things that they've experienced, right? So anyway, some of you may be listening and need an attitude adjustment. I'm just going to say it, okay? I'm a little bit sassy that way. You guys know that, okay? I know I did many years ago. I was taking Juice Plus. Some of you know my story, but there was a nurse at church and she kept stalking me about Juice Plus, and I finally just gave her my credit card so she'd leave me alone. And that is exactly what she did. And I canceled my order. Now, why do I tell that story? Because she's not my sponsor, you guys. My sponsor I met months later in a Bible study, and she invited me to lunch. And she cared so deeply about me when I told her that, she told me she was a Juice Plus rep. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got that junk piled up in my pantry. She loved me enough to say, no, we need to change that, right? That you need that in your children's bodies every day. And I'm not going to get into my story. It's very powerful. We had lots of healing from allergies and asthma and migraines, me personally, migraines, debilitating. My husband called it snake oil for 5 years. He thought it was a scam. There's no way you could get 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule, all those capsules. I mean, this was the attitude of us, right? But Susan convinced me to take it, so I did. And within a year, I mean, we just had amazing, our symptoms lessened and many of them went away completely. And, but you know, I had an attitude of, I am never doing this business. So stop trying to educate me, because that's what she was doing. I thought she was trying to get me to sell Juice Plus, right? No, right? I said, I don't even want you bothering me, so I'll just pay whatever the fee is, and then you don't bother me, okay? I don't want to sell it. Can you believe that? I was so rude. Susan was so kind and loving, and she was exactly what Stacy was talking about this morning on her live about customer care. Susan was treating me like a customer, even though I was technically a partner. And she loved on me enough to keep consistently and persistently reaching out to me. Now, I ignored it, right? I was not interested, but I was a raving fan. So even after my husband had, a very positive situation with his thyroid and Juice Plus, very positive, he no longer called it snake oil. He loved it and has never not missed a day since, right? This has been many years ago. But why did I refuse to share Juice Plus? Some of you watching today may be like me. I don't know. Stacy and Michelle both had totally different stories, right? But mine was pride. We lived a very comfortable lifestyle. I did not need the money from Juice Plus. We were very blessed, but I was 53 at the time. And honestly, you guys, I didn't realize it, but I was just losing purpose in my life. My kids were going off to college. We have 4 children, by the way. 3 were already in college. 1 was starting high school and was driving himself. So honestly, I didn't have a lot to do. And I had been a volunteer for years. And so now I look back on it and God knew what he was doing putting me in this. But at the time, no way. It was another MLM. I had been in one and it didn't go well. And so I just lumped it all together and said, I'm afraid this is how it's all going to be, right? It's going to be like that. And it's going to be like yeehaw balloons and no, thank you. I'm not interested in that. I don't care about that. And also it was really not nice of me. If you think about it, how selfish that we had these incredible transformations of health, but I didn't want to share it because I didn't want people to think that I was making money off them. Think about that. How insane is that? Knowing now, are you kidding me? When Wendy Campbell told me that the size of your check is a direct reflection of how many lives you're changing, I was not changing very many lives, right? Not very many at all. And now I'm like, until that bank stops letting me deposit the check, it's not big enough because that means I haven't helped enough people. My mission is just like Jay Martin's. We want to get Juice Plus in everybody's bodies, right? Okay, so I had this comfortable lifestyle, but finally, because Susan was doing great customer care, right? Just like what Stacy was talking about this morning, she was loving on me. And Susan knew that I was trying to figure out why my dad had died of cancer when he was 57. Because, in a few years, I was going to be that age. And praise God, I've been allowed to stay on this earth past that age now. So thank you, Susan, and thank you, God. So when she reached out to me, she knew that there was a nurse coming to town, Stacy Joy, and she said, I know you've been searching, and I believe that you will gather so much information from Stacy Joy. And you guys, she knew me because she'd been checking up on me. That's the kind of person I want to be. So I went to hear Stacy speak. I went back the next day, not realizing what I was really getting into. My daughter and her friend win 2 tickets out of the 5 to conference. Next thing I know, we're going to conference. Okay. Come back from conference. I hear Jay Martin say, get a buddy. Oh my gosh, I'm a sanguine. I love to get a buddy. I want a buddy to clean out my closets. I want a buddy to ride to the store with me, right? I want a buddy to help me put away groceries. I just love buddy, buddy, buddy. Okay, so that was right up my alley. And then he said, you don't need to be the expert. Because that was another hang up for me. I'm like, I don't know about those sugar packets and what this and that. I didn't know all that. So he gave me permission. Do you guys hear that? So it was like, do you see how each event that I went to was a layering effect, and it was chipping away, and my attitude started shifting, because it really is attitude. Some people refer to it as mindset, but attitude, I guess because I just love a person with some attitude, right? Not the negative, just the positive. But I love that. And so I was like, it was slowly changing. Okay. So then I get invited from my upline NMD, Jeannie Williams. She invites me to Branson Boot Camp exactly 7 years ago this January. So January 2014. And I thought it was an exercise camp, you guys. People don't know these terms that we use. They don't know these acronyms that we use. And so anyway, I went reluctantly, very reluctantly, but I went. And then I get there and I realize that I am so selfish. There's research. I mean, I learned that at conference, and then it comes back again at Branson. And then I'm seeing these women that are up there that, I mean, some of them are stay-at-home moms like me. And I'm thinking, if they can do it, I can do it, right? So I come back and I set a goal. Now, I never set a goal before because I was a slow-tracked SC. We basically, right? So I was a sales coordinator without goals, January of 2014. But when I changed my attitude, I got to NMD in 9 months, just shy of 10 months. And 10 months after that, and you're going to see this in my wheel, so I don't need to go into it now. 10 months after that, 2 frontline NMDs from Kansas and Oklahoma to me. This is insane, you guys. You know I was not an expert. I was an old 3rd grade school teacher from the 1800s. I mean, I didn't have a certificate anymore. So there's no way that I was an expert or a doctor or yes, we have all these amazing doctors in Juice Plus, just like Casey Schloss last night. And I know Dr. John Saran, and there's so many people that were doing events last night. It was just amazing, right? And we are so blessed. We are so blessed with those people. But when my attitude started changing, I started thinking, okay, and this is just recent that I've really been thinking about this. I always teach in threes, always. And it comes from when I was a third grade school teacher. And you're going to see that in my Wheel of Success video, is that I always teach in threes. But definitely the attitude switch with the products, okay? Not just from being a consumer, but from saying, oh my gosh, you need to be telling every single person that comes within an earshot of you, Shelly Mackey, this is terrible for you not to be sharing this with people. I mean, let them decide if they want it or not. Did I get rejected? Oh, my Lanta. So many times I can't even tell you. I don't even care. Stop worrying about it, you guys. I know it stings. I know it sounds like I've got it all together and it doesn't hurt. No, it hurts. It stings, especially when it's close friends or family. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You want to just like shake them. Like, oh my gosh, maybe I didn't say it loud enough. Let me say it louder. Or let me repeat it, right? No. They can't hear it right then. So you have to let it go. It's so difficult to do that. You can keep educating them like Susan did but it has to be, their attitude has to change towards it. It's something that's holding them back. It's not you. So don't take it personally, okay? So the product, I mean, think about it. Just like Michelle was talking about this morning, the research on the product, holy cow. I mean, like, I know we have cows. I live on a cattle ranch, so I say that a lot. But you can't even match it. There's nothing in the world like it. And I've always ended every single healthy living party or presentation or anything I've ever done with Dr. Du Bois' quote, because it's so true. There's nothing else anywhere available in the world with or without a prescription that has been proven and shown to do all those things in the human body. That is a bold statement to make for a doctor in writing in 25 countries. Hello, right? Oh my goodness, I just love that. I love our community. It's so fantastic. Just like the ladies were talking about this morning, our community is off the charts. So like, look at us all right now. We're all from different teams. We don't get paid to do this. We make nothing of this. We just want to come together and bless you. And that's what we all hope. I know that it's everybody's desire that we're just on here blessing you. Okay, so the second thing is business, okay? The second part of my attitude had to change about the business because I had a hang up about making money off of people. So I came up with something in the beginning and I called it the family rebate, and there's no such thing. I just made it up. Now the company has blessed us with the word partner. It's awesome. But at the time we didn't have that. And I just wanted people to pay their money and buy it from themselves, get paid back on their own orders. And that's what a rebate is. You get paid back on your order, right? That whatever you buy, you get paid back on. So that's how I did it, because in my eyes, it really isn't a discount. We all got paid the same amount of money, but it did make sense they would get paid back on their orders. So obviously that was back then. Now, we talk about that we are simply, I want you to be my partner, right? And that just means you're getting paid back on your orders, whether you want to share it with some people or not. I mean, you can be selfish like I was for 9 years. So I don't know, but I think you'd want to at least tell your closest family and friends, because that's what I said to my husband when he said, no, we're not making money off of our friends and family. I appreciate the Juice Plus, but we're not making money off our friends and family. And I said, really? So we care about them. We say we love and care about them, but then let's don't tell them? That is wrongo dongo. And so he said, okay, fine, but not that many. Oh my gosh. I probably just scare the pants off my husband. Okay. So anyway, and one more thing about the business is that 50 years, rock solid company. How many people? I wonder if Jay could even project how many people's lives they have changed in this company to realize their own dreams. I know there's a lot on my team. I can't even imagine. I know that when God meets Jay Martin, he's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. I know he is. That's what I hope he says to me. But in this, it was really hard for me to call it a business because you guys, it's a ministry. I mean, we are bringing hope to people. We are bringing health, good health and finances. And it's so amazing what we're doing. And just like Michelle and Stacy said today, I mean, we are life changers. We're game changers. We're hope givers. We're hope dealers. We are veggie dealers. We are everything wrapped in one. We are light in the world. That is my word for the year, is light, even though my business word is definitely attitude. Whoa. But light, I want to be a light in the world. I want to shine so bright. There was a period of my life where I literally hid under a basket. That's hard for you to believe, but I just felt like it was showing off or bragging or no more. Are you kidding me? We have so much to offer people, especially if you're doing it from a servant's heart, which is exactly where I'm coming from. So I just feel like I just continue to be blessed. My team continues to be blessed. So one time when I was actually training in Banff with Mark and Yvonne. I had so much fun, and it was my first time there. It was about 3 years ago, and I was looking at the Rockies, and I thought, what am I going to say to these people? I mean, they have Michelle Ball, they have Mark Hare, they have, I mean, my gosh, they got everybody there, right? And I'm thinking, what am I going to say? And then I was like, it is a business, but it's a ministry. So I smushed the word together and made ministry. And I was like, that is exactly what this is. It is a ministry, okay? So that's how I feel about the second part of attitude, and that's the company, right? The business. So the company makes the first two really easy on us, you guys. I mean, come on, the product and the business. How about the compensation plan? I mean, it is insane what they have done. And then just changed it again. It's amazing. It's amazing because I love the power of three, because that's what I've always taught. So now it's 3 trios, 3 partner pluses, QSC, 3 QSS. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And I've got it all on my wheel training, okay? But the third one is the one that will really probably need your attitude adjustment the most. And that is yourself. Your attitude about yourself. Do you really like yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in yourself? That's nothing that any of us can do for you. That is just built from within. Now, I did put a quote to my team about a year ago. I was actually talking to an NMD outside of my team, and she was just like, I just don't get it. Like, how do you do this with your team? How do you get them to do this? And I said, well, my confidence builds theirs. And confidence really comes from within. But confidence, somebody can kind of ride on your confidence for a while. You know, I rode on Jay Martin's. I rode on Wendy Campbell's. I rode on Kurt Beaver's. I rode on Don Rathman's. I rode on many of you people, right? Different talents, worksheets to PowerPoints to boot camps to, you guys, there is no way. It's like raising a child. It takes a village. It takes a community. So there's a lot of negativity in this world, especially in 2020. I mean, everywhere. You turn on the TV in the United States, right? And I was listening to something with Darren Hardy the other day. I love Darren Hardy. I love Jim Rohn. I love John Maxwell. Oh my gosh, can you believe we're getting John Maxwell? But I happened to be listening to Darren Hardy, and he said 2 words that just resonated with me about my mind, because I had been praying about it, and I told all my friends, I don't want to talk about politics anymore. I don't want to these are my closest friends. I said, I don't want to talk about what's happening in the news. I don't want to talk about what's happening at the White House. I don't want to talk about any of that, because I can't do a blasted thing about anything that's going on in the world. But I can do something about the people that are surrounding me and the people that God's going to put in front of me. I can do something about that. So Darren Hardy mentioned 2 words, protect and feed. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was just telling my girlfriends. Protect your mind from negativity. So I said it in a really nice way. I wasn't like, hey guys, cut it off. You know, I just said, I can't hear it anymore. I don't want to listen to that anymore. Let's feed our minds with positive stuff. let's read books together. Let's, do a Bible study or whatever resonates with you, right? Let's listen to podcasts. Do something that fills your mind with positives. Turn off the cotton picking TV. It's just not good for us, you guys. CampbellTeam.net. Go in there and listen to Monday night calls. It's archived recordings from Dr. Candace Corson and Beth Leopold. The recordings, Facebook. There are so many gifts available to us that we don't need to be watching trashy, mindless TV that I'm not judging. I'm not judging. There's no shame here. I'm not trying to shame you, but think about whatever you're feeding your gut, feed your brain, right? We know that. Well, whatever you're feeding your mind is what's going to create your actions. And you heard those two beautiful women talking this morning, and those are action takers right there, right? Okay, so make sure that you protect your mind and then you feed it a lot of positivity. So this world will knock you down. I mean, we know that, right? Or if it doesn't knock you down, it will disappoint the shnikes out of you. I mean, it will disappoint you. I've suffered some great ones, okay? And it happens to everyone, you guys. It's not just reserved for, you or me. It's everyone. You heard Michelle's story this morning. Heartbreaking, literally heartbreaking. But what matters is your attitude. What do you do with it? What did I do with my attitude a few minutes ago? I was freaking out because I was letting down the committee. I was letting down you all. I was just beside myself and I had to regroup. I was like, girlfriend, you regroup. So I took like a minute or two and I chewed on it and I said, it stinks, and I got rid of it and I came on here, right? Because that's what you do. You get up, just like Michelle did. Whatever time it takes to grieve or mourn or, get unmad. Maybe you got to get mad for a few minutes. Maybe you got to go stomp it or go work out or whatever you got to do, or go read a book or go get a massage or do something, and then get back in the game. Get back in the game right away. Okay. It's a quick response. It really matters. The quicker, the better, you guys. A teammate said to me recently, Shelly, because she's been on our team about a year, she said, the expectation on this team is to succeed. And I was like, yes. And she's like, no, I mean, like, people believe that they'll just get to NMD. And I'm like, well, they can with hard work. We've got an incredible system. It's just incredible. It's so duplicatable. It's exactly what the company is doing. This company is so off the charts amazing. So with hard work and a community and education and like what? It's you that's stopping you. It really is. And this isn't anything new, I'm telling you. But I love what she said to me. When she said that, it really made me stop and think. And I thought, I lead my team like I parent, because Lord knows we did not get an owner's manual when we got to NMD or when I got to senior sales coordinator. I didn't get an owner's manual, right? They can't do that for us. So what you do is you use the talents that you've received up until now, or you hone your skills. And through podcasts and the trainings that the company's providing, it's unbelievable. Robin Sharma, John Maxwell, what they do for Juice Plus Lives. It's insane what this company provides for us. There's no reason at all other than you that's stopping you, okay? So I lead like I parent, and I parent what I expect of myself, and that's great things. I expect big things from my kids because God gave them all different talents. And I expect the same thing out of my team. And so I guess what I would say is that if you have an attitude of great expectations, I hope you're hearing me. Great expectations. Expect big. I mean, write that down. Expect big. with hard work, right? But expect big. We've had 8 NMDs on this team in the last 7 years that I've been doing the business. 3 in the last 2 months. 3 new NMDs in the last 2 months. I am not telling you that to brag. I am telling you that because during 2020, that's why I know that we didn't have that same, yes, there was times where we were quiet or, you know, it's surreal what's gone on. But if you put your blinders on, I mean, all I can do is pray for people. That's all I can do. And try to gift people to keep them as healthy as possible. That's all I can personally do. Watching TV is not going to change any of that. But I can go out in the world and try to help people, okay? So expect big. Expect quad 10s, okay? You have to watch my video to know what a quad 10 is, okay? Expect blessings beyond measure. Expect it. He wants to give you the desires of your heart, for goodness sakes. Expect promotions. When people say, oh, all you care about are NMDs, I've heard that before. You hear a lot of things. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe some of the things people say to you. It's really kind of hurtful. But I regroup and think, I don't think they really meant it like that. I think they just, it seems that way. But do you know what happens when you get someone to NMD? That means a whole lot of people got to Partner Plus, QSC, QSC qualified, which is my favorite position, right? And then the new QSSC and sales coordinator. And oh my goodness, do you know how many people rise up with that NMD? And not everybody wants to be one, and that's okay. That's okay. You are, Wendy always says you do a little bit or a lot. But here's something I am gonna say, that if you choose to get to NMD, you don't get to just hang out. That's not nice. You need to help all the people that want to move forward as well. So I'm talking to leaders now, okay? Expect great things because they're going to watch you. It's whatever you're doing is what they're going to do. And the pace you're setting is the pace they're going to do. I love it. When you see my wheel train, you'll see I found an incredible quote from that. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this because Courtney's probably going to kill me. What time? Oh, my Lanta, Brian's getting ready to go. Okay, be on your A game. Be on your A game. That's your attitude game, okay? Be on your A game. Make attitude adjustments as necessary. Remember to protect and feed your mind. Protect and feed. Protect from the negative and feed the positive. Expect great things. Go light up the world one by one, loving on people. And I promise, as Gavin DeGraw sings in my song that I used in Austin, nothing's gonna be the same in 2021. So light it up. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Sorry for the problems earlier.
Wow. Do you love her energy or what? I love that. And can't we all always use a kick in the pants about our attitude and what is going in our mind? So before we watch her little Wheel of Success video, I just want to open that up and just let me know, like, what out of that resonated with you? What did you grab hold of out of there that's yours to hold on to, that's yours to take action on?
My attitude.
Yeah, my attitude.
Okay, but she talked about attitude toward the product, the business, yourself. Like what specifically, ladies?
Well, my attitude towards myself.
Yourself, okay.
Like just so much just flooding my brain that it's a lot of negative. Like I don't even want to say it. But I mean, she hit a lot of great points and just to get over myself. And like when people say no, it does sting. And at first it's like, she's like, oh, just get over it. And I'm like, yeah, but it hurts. And then she's like, oh yeah, but it hurts, you know? So she totally addressed it because it does sting, you know, but it's like, what we're going to, like me, myself, I've let a no just completely stop me in my tracks throughout the years. And it's like, man, what the heck? So yeah, it was really great. She's one of my favorite speakers. She did a good job.
Me too, especially with the attitude. As far as I think my biggest problem is I always feel like they're not gonna believe me. You know, even when I talk to my family, I'm the youngest of 11, so I talk to my siblings. I'm like, they're not gonna believe the baby of the family. You know, like they don't know, and that happens with everybody that I talk to. I feel like I love Juice Plus, and they can see the passion that I have for it, but I feel like I don't know enough to explain to them how we can help them. And so she was talking about campbellteam.net, which I'm like, why don't I do that? You know, I have Monday nights free. I have a lot of time really free that I could educate myself. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna really educate myself more on Juice Plus, take notes, have little pieces of paper with me when I talk to people and talk to them about the inflammation in their body and how this does go in and change it. Not just say, oh, but it's fruits and vegetables, and you know, those are good for you. And that was it, you know. So now I really doing this. But I love that she says that.
I love
But,
it.
The thing that caught me is it's when she said it's you that's stopping you, which is, that's totally true.
Olga, I just want to put it out there that you know what to say, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you said to me. So, yeah, we get in our own way. This is me having my conversation to me too. I heard Tony Robbins say it right with the vacuum cleaner salesperson. You go knock on the door and you're like, you're probably not going to want to buy this, but here's my product. So when you go in with that attitude, that's the first thing that people pick up on, right? So yeah, it's like we got to change that. But you rock it, Olga.
yay, thank you. I'm gonna give myself enough credit.
It's
Me,
so-
I took away that we are a gift. So when we're looking at people and we're thinking about how we're being a gift to people.
I really love when she talked about, so we say that we really love and care about our really close families and friends, but then we don't tell them about Juice Plus, because why? Because we're thinking and we're worried about ourselves. Oh, they're going to think I'm selling. You know, I love the way your husband said, okay, you can share with a few. But that smacked me. Do I really care? Why do I have some extended family after 20 years? This week is my 20-year anniversary, and I haven't shared with them, yet I say I love and care about them? That's weird. It's wrong. It's wrong.
I
Anybody-
love the fact that she talked about, you know, feed the positive, because of the position that I am in, we deal with so much negative throughout, you know, the day. And when you're dealing with a 12-hour shift of negative, and you want to come back and you want to jump in and be positive and talk to people about Juice Plus, you really have to do a major mind shift because of being in such a negative environment for a large percentage of your day. And so I just love the fact that she said, you know, turn off the TV, jump into books, get onto Wendy Campbell's, you know, group, and feed yourself with positivity. Those two things really resonated with me because, again, I work in such a negative environment. So it's fun to be able to come back and do Monday morning meetings with this whole group and everything, because it's very much a plus for me to get charged up for the week and really work my Juice Plus business, even though I only get to do it on a part-time basis.
Love that.
I gotta give you big kudos, Vic, because you've really come a long way in shifting that negativity to positivity.
It's awesome. By the way, those of you who are newer keep hearing about the Campbell team. If you want to go to her site, it's campbellteam.net. There is a password. You just type in all one word, Campbell team, and then you can see the Monday night call series. And there's all sorts of searches if you have questions about other ailments and things like that. But the thing you'll get if you want to start feeding your mind some positivity, if you do the Monday night call series, you can go back and listen to them for, all the many past years, is it's always somebody sharing. You're going to hear their product story, you're going to hear their business story, and usually you're going to hear a training of something that person came through, tools or ideas or attitudes or whatever they had to do or change. So most of them are about 30 minutes long, and that would be a great way to just say, hey, I'm going to listen to one of those every week, every day, whatever you need to feed your mind. But that's where you go, campbellteam.net, password Campbell Team. So are we ready for her wheel of success to see what does she do on her team?
I just wanted to point out too that I loved what she said about expectations. My husband was a 5th grade teacher, and when he taught a lot of the kids that none of the other teachers wanted, or they lived on the wrong side of the tracks, even though we don't. Well, I guess we do have tracks here, but anyway, he expected great things from his kids. He just had this bar set really, really high for his kids, even though they were typically in the lower percentile of what other kids would normally do, education wise, smarts and all of that, and then it's also as far as opportunities that these kids would have. They a lot of times would come from broken homes and all of that. So, but my husband had such a high bar set for these kids that when he got out of teaching 8 years after starting, one of the parents called me and she was in tears. My husband had taught 2 of her kids and coached 2 of her other kids. She was a single parent, and she was like, you cannot let him get out of teaching. He's just the most amazing teacher. And what she was speaking specifically about was her son, Josiah. He was a very, very troubled student. When he was younger, he was labeled learning disabled, and that just kind of carried on with him from a very young age all the way through 5th grade. So nobody expected much from him. They just expected that he wouldn't do well. Well, Darren was not like that. He just expected that this is what I expect of you. I'm going to set the bar here. This is what I expect of you. And she told me a story of that Durr had given him just a little responsibility in the classroom. No big deal. Like, how I remember how teachers used to have kids clean the blackboard. It was something simple, no big deal. But because of the expectation that he had of his students and that little extra responsibility that he gave him, Josiah ended up from that point on, he went on into middle school, and from that point on, he was on the honor roll. He was like the junior class president. I mean, he just really led. And today, we still know him today. We're friends with him, in fact, and he's told me some really crazy stories from when he was in Darren's class. He was going to hit Darren, and Darren said to him, young man, that would not be a good idea. And I guess he even swung at him and Darren caught his hand. But anyway, he now has adopted 5 kids. His wife's former husband passed away. Josiah adopted these kids and treats them as if they're his own. It's a very touching story. So anyway, I think about that with expectations, and Dirk could have gone into that situation just expecting like everybody else, this kid can't do this. He's not as smart as the other kids. He's learning disabled. And just think about what that would have done for him. That wouldn't have served him. And so I think about that with, how am I leading my team? Do I have those kind of, do I raise the bar? Do I have greater expectations? Do I have great expectations for myself? Or do I lower the bar for myself? And do I think, gosh, maybe I can't do that, And I thought that part of that talk really, really hit me. So now with that, I will go ahead and share. Oops, we're not going to listen to Pink right now. We will go to Shelly's Wheel of Success.
Welcome. My name is Shelly Mackey. I am a Presidential Marketing Director Plus with the Juice Plus Company, and I am so excited to be sharing the Wheel of Success with you today that my team has been using over the last 6.5 years. But first, I'd like to share with you the first 2 years of my journey. This slide depicts a whirlwind because that's what it was like. I was a sales coordinator just 7 years ago, basically ate my way there with no goals. And just 9 months later, I was named National Marketing Director, the top position of the Juice Plus Company. That summer, I was a 50 club National Marketing Director. In 1 year, I'd gone from Senior Sales Coordinator 8 club to National Marketing Director 50 club. The very next month, I named 2 National Marketing Directors direct to me, one from Oklahoma, one from Kansas. And my first time to the Eltons, I was a 75 club. The first time to go, you need to be a 12 club. And my first time, I was a 75 club. The very next year, my second attendance, I was a 100 club National Marketing Director. My world was crazy good. This is one of my favorite quotes by Darren Hardy. The organization will always mirror the behavior, habits, attitude, mindset, and pace of the leader. That is exactly what my team was doing. They were just watching what I was doing and duplicating. And this is what we use. This is our system called the Wheel of Success. So I'm an old school teacher, I always say, from the 1800s, and I taught third grade, and I love to teach in threes. So the first part of the wheel is the Partner Plus. And Partner Plus is simply 3 trios. Could be you, someone else in your household, and maybe a neighbor. So 3 trios, 300 points apiece, total 900 points. $50 as the title reward in 30 days and 5% commission level in the future. Or if you do it in just 10 days, which is our favorite, it's Express Track and you get a $100 title reward. Who wouldn't want $100, right? So the 3 gifts, this is part of our mindset. We always feel like your attitude towards something and your mindset affects everything. So instead of feeling salesy, what we do is we encourage people to pay their $52 and become a partner themselves. And then when they become a partner, they get paid back on their own orders. So it's a gift to them, right? And if they're gifting other people the product, it's just a simple way to get phytonutrients of 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries in their bodies every day, right? We also are going to receive education and support from this incredible community. The education is endless and the inspiration is astounding. It really is. And then the third gift is helping people pay for their own products by simply helping people that they love and care about. So there's no sales involved at all. You know, when people say to me, oh, but I don't want to share with people. I don't want to be a salesman. I'm like, but don't you care about them? Don't you want them to get this incredible gift into their bodies as well? Okay, so the second part of the wheel is QSC. That's Qualifying Sales Coordinator. And the easiest, best way to do it is with 3 buddies. So get 3 people that do the exact same thing that you just did. So you've got your 3 trios, right? So you got your $100, hopefully. And then you help 3 buddies do the same thing. When you do that, you're going to get $300 if you do it in a 60-day window. But if you express track that $100 in 10 days, you can express track for 30 days. In 30 days, you get $400 more. So you can essentially get $500 in just title rewards, not sales profit, not commissions, just title rewards in your first 30 days of the wheel. Okay, the third part is PBQ. That's performance bonus qualified. It's qualifying your business. So what you're doing is you're just doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to go back to anyone that is a partner, get them to Partner Plus, which is 3 trios. They get their $100 or their $50 title reward, and then you help them share with their buddies so that they get their title reward of $300 or $400 from the QSC position. And when they do that, they're going to become performance bonus qualified. Now, again, there's mindset involved. It's a gift of service. We're going to pay it forward. You're going to help your buddies do the same exact thing so that you can help them pay for their own product as well. So what you do to qualify your business is just keep that wheel rolling constantly by helping each team member do the same. Are all of them going to do it? No. But will many? Yes. And it will help them pay for their product. And they're their own customer. They're not going to leave themselves. Okay. So we like to qualify our business using a shred 10 or a quad 10. And some of you are, I think, asking, what is a shred 10 versus a quad 10? So a shred 10 is just simply trio capsules on monthly installments because that's how you consume them, right? But the complete shakes, they're like groceries. So I've always suggested that people pay for their product as they consume it. We don't know if people are going to drink a shake every day, every 2 days, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. We don't know. So we want to treat those like groceries, and the capsules should come out of your medical or your health budget, and the complete shakes should come out of your grocery budget, and they should be paid in full. The quad 10 is the same exact thing. The difference is you bring in the omegas. That's our quad. So we've got a trio of capsules, and then we've got the quad, which is our plant-based omegas. And everyone should be ordering a quad 10. Same thing, the quad capsules should come out of their medical or their health budget, and their complete shakes paid in full from the grocery budget. Because when you go to the grocery store, you don't spread it out over 4 months because you're going to go home and you're going to eat it, and then you're going to be mad that you've got a recurring charge on their charge card, right? So remember, on our team, we the PV for trio capsules is 75 PV, that's paid volume. And then for the complete shakes, it's 140 paid volume for a total of 215 paid volume. We call that a shred 10 on our team. Versus the quad, there's 105 PV plus 140 for the paid in full shakes, which is 245 PV for the quad 10. Now, there's an example that I want to show you the difference between a shred 10 and a quad 10. So let's say that a partner is short 950 points for qualifying their business. So you divide that. So they're short 950 from the 1,800 that it requires you to promote and get your 3% bonus. So the short 950 for qualifying. So you want to divide that by 215, which I showed you up here. That's a shred 10. So your person would need about 5 new shred 10s to qualify their business. Okay. And on the right side, the quad 10, a partner is short the same amount, 950 for qualifying. You divide that by 245, and that person's going to need about 4 quad 10s. Okay. My top tip, and the reason that I started doing this from the beginning, okay, is because it just made sense. I'm not the sharpest tack in the box, but I've got a lot of common sense. And it didn't make sense to string out and pay for my complete shakes over 4 months when they're so delicious and they're so healthy that I would go through them before then. And then I was needing to make a reorder, but yet I was still paying my credit card for the other months. So I just decided this was simple. That's going to feed us in the macronutrients for carbs, fats, proteins, right? That's fuel for our body. Whereas the capsules are the micronutrients, and that's for cell health, tissues, and organs, okay? So my top tip is the 4-month installment of the capsules feeds into residual income. That means it's going to be charged every single month. However, the paid in full shakes are immediate stimulus. You get the full amount right up front, but of course, they're going to need to reorder when they run low on those, okay? Now, this is the completed Wheel of Success, but this is what's exciting. When you complete that Wheel of Success, and then you duplicate it again with the 3s. So you've got your Wheel of Success here. Then you bring in Betty, Johnny, and Sally, and they do the same exact thing that you just did. You are now at the new coveted position of QSSC. Now, some of you are going, wait a minute, where's sales coordinator? You didn't say anything about sales coordinator. That's because you would scoop that up with just a couple of these, right? You don't have to have all 3 of them to get to sales coordinator, but you do for QSSC. So keeping everything in 3s. So 3 trios, 3 partner pluses, 3 qualified businesses. How beautiful is that? Now, people see this and they say, oh, wow, Shelly Mackey, this was so easy for her. Look at that. She just got to, national marketing director in record time, and she's just throwing out NMDs left and right. And they think it was just so easy. It wasn't. This is what really went on underneath behind the scenes. There was adversity. There was criticism from even my own family. There was risk and late nights and doubts and sacrifices and struggles. And it took a lot of courage to step out. There were disappointments along the way, very disappointing. But, I just always say I call it licking my wounds. Like, you just got a few minutes, lick your wound and then move on, right? Celebrate the positive things that have happened in your day and end on a really good note. But there's a couple things here of persistence and consistency. That is huge for me, because to me, if you are consistent every single day and you are persistent and relentless of reaching out to people, you are going to become very successful. I just wanted to close with my national marketing directors. I wanted to honor them. In the last 7 years of me being in this business, we now have 8 national marketing directors on Team JCJP. We have myself from 2014, Laura Dorsey and Jennifer Starks in 2015. They happened to get to national marketing director on the same day. I called them my twins. And then Jackie Kirshen and Julie Allen both achieved national marketing director in March of 2018 at the same time. And then Janelle Stuckey and Jordan Foch both got to national marketing director in November of this year. And then Savannah Timish just got to national marketing director in January of this year. So it has just been a wild ride. Clearly, the Wheel of Success works. Our system works. The tools and the compensation plan that the company provides for us is off the charts, and it goes hand in hand with what we do. And I just encourage you to keep rolling with the Wheel of Success. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Sorry, I forgot I needed to stop the share. Susie, you're muted.
So when you check your attitude on that, by the way, when she kept telling you like you're 950 short, you're this many quads or whatever, she was talking about having a qualified business at that point, not trying to get to another level, but because you want those 3 qualified businesses to come alongside of you. But so that might be a lot of numbers for some of you, might not be. Is that something that makes sense? And I just like to say this, I think sometimes our attitude does get in the way. And if we just start thinking, we're going to help everybody get paid on their own orders. If we get everybody to come in and just keep doing those partner pluses, and you just keep helping your friends do a partner plus so that they get paid, it's a win-win situation. It propels you right up the ladder of, all those title rewards, it gives you those qualified businesses. It gives them the best price on their product. And it means that you didn't just help that one friend. They came in, they got the help with Juice Plus, and then they helped a couple other people. So to me, that's the power right there, is just getting a partner plus and another partner plus and another partner plus. Does that make sense? It instead of being overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, when I saw all those wheels, think of it one step at a time. What is the most important thing you can do? It's those partner pluses. So, is your head spinning from all of this? What are you thinking? Are you excited?
After having been in the business for almost 12 years, this is the most simplified way of anybody explaining it, I think.
Mhm.
I've seen it explained so many different ways, and this, I think, is the most simplified. So that, and the little post-it notes too. That one, I love that one. I love this. I think that I'm hoping she'll share her slides with us, and if she won't, that's okay. I'll just make some. But I think this would be great to share with people. Not maybe the qualified business. That might be a little much for a brand new person to really grasp. But I love the way she shared it to, just in talking to a new person. This could be a great, simple presentation that we could use to introduce people to sharing it. This is just how simple it is to get to that, that first level.
Other feedback?
I like that she has the new numbers. So this will be something that I'll watch again and again, just so I have that solidified. And I love that the company made the numbers so much easier. And I mean, it does take persistence, and it does take
Consistency.
hitting over the nose, and it does take, doing it when you don't want to do it. And it does take constant investment into your attitude. And I mean, pulling up a video or a old recorded call, I've been just so in my head, like I never have wanted to be a salesperson. But on one level, salespeople do have to be, fed, almost daily, because, just sometimes you just don't want to. Well, okay, so you don't want to, but then what? Then you don't have the business that you want. So yeah, she hit a lot of good things in both of her videos.
I like the part where it's just get one, or even you said it, Susie or Jake, I don't remember who, is just one more partner, just one more partner, one more partner. So my head's like going, I sent you a message just before, is how much fun I'm having. But I need to come up with a number. I need to look it up, or if you guys, well, it's Canadian, so it's going to be a different number, I think. But if I could just call up my customer and say, you know what, you can save this much on your order if you become a Juice Plus, right? This is my epiphany. You guys are like, yeah, that's what we've been saying all along. But it's finally like sunk in. But yeah, if I can come up with a number and say, this is how much you get off your order if you become a Juice Plus partner. Thank you.
I'm glad you brought that up, Wanda, because I'm sure, let me look at the Canadian comp plan. We'll make you a wheel of success that you can do, because it's going to be confusing. You don't want to show them ours, but yours will be very, very similar. But yeah, your dollar amounts are different.
And when she says we, she means me.
Yeah, I say, hey, Jake, can you make me a flyer with these numbers on it and these pictures?
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
I'll be happy to do that for you, Wanda.
Thank you for delegating, Susie.
Yeah. What does it says? It says the pace of my team is set, or I set the pace of my team, right? I was just setting the pace.
Making that expectation.
That's right. I have these high expectations.
One of the things that I love, I was pointing this out to you, Wanda, is this little chart here, and you can get that printed. You can print that in the in Canadian too, and it's on the Freedom Revolution under the compensation plan. I love to have that handy. Then you can see exactly what people are making back on their orders, because sometimes people order different things and you can give them accurate numbers for whatever they're earning.
Yeah, I did see that. My thing is, I think I have to keep educating myself. Like Olga even said, is the more I talk about it, the more I ask about it. Like I can find videos way faster now that I've asked you guys 6,000 times. But yeah, I think just with practice, it gets better and more comfortable. So
Yeah. And you know what? Just cut yourself a break, because I don't care if you get a job at Walmart being a greeter. They have a system. This is how you clean the carts. This is what you say. This is where you put your water bottle. This is where no, everybody has a learning curve, you know, no matter what job we're going to go into. And Lori, I was just thinking too, when you're saying, you know, sometimes we don't feel like doing it. And so it's easy for us not to be consistent, but we do need to hire ourselves each day, because I'll tell you, I loved being a school teacher, but there were definitely days I didn't want to go to work, but I had to go to work. I didn't have a choice. And, you know, once I got there, I did the job. And that's the same with us. If we time block and take this seriously, whether you want to work your business 30 minutes a day or 3 hours a day, if we time block that, and that is our work time, and we're doing income producing activities, you know, and there might be a day we fall down, you know, and we don't get a lot done. Okay, so fire yourself and rehire yourself at the end of the day, and wake up and do it all over again. But I mean, I everybody I know, you know, even I was just talking to my daughter this morning. She's a nurse practitioner and she loves being a nurse practitioner. She loves the clinic she's in, but their heat broke down. And so they said, you can't come in because it's only 50 degrees here. She was elated. You know, I mean, so it's, of course we want to stay home. Of course we want to do whatever we want to do. But just remember, every job, business, whatever out there, if you want it to be successful, I mean, Shelly's right. We have to be persistent. We have to be consistent. Because like Grace can't just say, nah, I don't think I'm going to come in this week. I guess she could, but you know, look at all those people that she wouldn't be helping then. Today she was going to have 5 pap smears, and I just said, you can't have a pap smear and a paper gown in 50-degree office. So, like, no, that won't do. So
Not at
And
all.
one thing I wanted to say also is you get to do it your way, your personality, your words, the way you speak, because more than ever, working with Bank of America, answering phones, and I have to write exactly what my greeting is every single day, 50, 60 times that I say that greeting has to be the same thing. This long greeting, make sure you say thank you so much 5 times. Make sure that everything is so much that is this. I really appreciate so much more to just have my own personality, which is plus, you know, whatever it is, the way you want to say it, the people you talk to, just read off of them what they want to hear, and you know what they want to learn from, and go from there. So that's awesome.
I love that you said that. I never thought about that, but how many jobs tell you this is what you have to say. And Olga, I've had a lot of calls to different banks lately, and because of your stories, I know I'm just such a nicer client. I make sure to let them know how much I appreciate them, because I just know how you're, you know, how you said you have to get done and you have only this many minutes and you have to say all this stuff and you have to help the person. And so there's a lot of pressures out there.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Susan.
and I will post that wheel of success training, and then Lori or Jake, I'm sure we could get, you know, some basic slides so that maybe you, even if you show somebody even just that first wheel, helping them realize that's what our entire business. I'm doing the same thing as a national marketing director. I'm getting a partner plus, I'm helping somebody get to QSC, and I'm helping them qualify their business. That's the building block to every single position, every single position. So if you just keep doing that over and over, and you don't even worry about the rest, you will just have a qualified business. You will move up the all the ranks. That's really the basis of what we do every day. And Wanda, I'm glad to hear you want to reach out and talk to people, because it really is about just helping a few people help a few people. And then all of a sudden, I mean, you do that with 3 people in your QSC. To me, it's just broken down so much more basically. But don't think it's going to happen with every person. And if it doesn't, it's not what you're doing. And I've talked to Shelly herself, and she even said in that video, when you want to go, you go back and you revisit those people who are at partner level, and so she does let you know that not everybody they bring onto their team does a partner plus. Not everybody's going to go to QSC, but you just keep dripping on them, and maybe sometime throughout the year, then they'll be able to do that, because we just kept loving on them. So we're excited to share. I'm going to go ahead and share these, even if you watched any of these pajama regional trainings. To me, somebody explained it to me. It made so much sense. They said, if you hear a song and you love it, would you only listen to it once? No. You listen to it over and over, and that's how you learn the words. That's how you like it more. That's how you get more out of the song. And that's how I feel about these trainings. I don't care if you already heard one of them. When you hear it again, you're going to get more out of it. And then it's going to become more you, and it's going to be confident. So just think of all of these like, wow, I get to listen to all my favorite songs today, and they will lift you up and they will change your attitude. So, all right, guys and gals, I appreciate you taking your time today and being here today. Just know we're a Voxer away. And check Team Ignite. I made many posts yesterday, including some of these notes. You might want to fill in some of your notes. And there will be 2 more. I'll put them in there. We had some very successful trainings, just the way Olga and Wanda and I were doing the Healthy Solutions talks. We had 2 last week, one on Friday and one on Saturday. And Grace and Melanie joined me in those talks. And we've already got another new partner plus out of that, and several quad orders. So we just have to keep doing the events. You just need to bring people to these events. And I would love to see each and every one of you say, hey, I want to be one of the people doing those events, because people are more likely to come if you are speaking. And all you have to do is share your story. Take 2, 3, 4 minutes, share your story. We can help you with that. And then you introduce a video, and then somebody else does the same, and then somebody else does the same and closes it. They're really simple, but they're really super effective. And both of these gals, one was a partner. No, they're both partner pluses. And they just jumped in with both feet, shared their stories, introduced the videos, and now we have more teammates and more people on Juice Plus. So please don't feel like, oh, I have to wait and be a certain level to do that. Everybody has a story. Everybody needs to be heard. So I'd love to see
Even
that.
if you're restarting your business, if you've not been doing it for a while, if you've stepped away, these are great opportunities to step back in.
Just so wonderful. The people just really enjoy it. So, okay, have a wonderful week. All right, I love and appreciate you all, and we'll be talking over Voxer.